I'm going to predict that it is pre-1840.
Marty Lagina joins his son Alex and his friend and business partner Craig Tester as they travel some 50 miles northeast to St. Mary's University in the city of Halifax.
Thanks, Craig.
They are eager to find out if the antique brooch that was discovered on Lot 21 is, in fact, partially made of gold.
Dr. Brousseau, nice to see you, Krista.
Welcome down to the microscope lab.
Hi.
Sean.
Nice to see you again.
See you.
Nice seeing you.
Hi, how are you?
We have something here I think you're going to find quite
Okay.
interesting, actually. Piece of jewelry of some sort, and I'll let you.
Dr. Krista Brousseau is an associate professor of chemistry with expertise in the field of electrochemistry, as well as the study of metals and their chemical compositions. Today, she is joined by her colleague, Dr. Sean Yang.
Very nice.
Pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
The brooch was found this year, and we've had it looked at by a gemologist already, and it did appear that there were places that had gold.
Okay. Where did you guys find this?
Kind of the western end of the island.
It's in really good condition.
Have a look, and we'll see what your machine says.
Using a high-powered scanning electron microscope, Doctors Brousseau and Yang will be able to magnify the brooch up to tens of thousands of times its actual size. They also will be able to examine its chemical composition and determine whether it's made of gold or any other precious metals.
Should be good. So the dark area here is pure copper.
That's interesting.
But the bright area,
Yeah.
gold.
Gold.
Well, how about that? Gary can go do his gold dance. Found some gold.
You've definitely struck gold.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to say that's the first piece of verified gold found on the island.
It's a first for us, right?
It's a first for us, for sure. I think this would be considered actual treasure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. We found treasure on Oak Island.
Yeah, we did.
We've been, and it's woo-hoo, woot woot. And we've proven it right here in this lab today.
Excellent.
So that's pretty cool.
It's not bad.
I mean, yeah.
That's a pretty good day.
The brooch that was found this year is motivating and exciting because it's a real piece of treasure. You just can't deny that. It's a piece of treasure in an elaborate setting found on Oak Island. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more that awaits us this year. Now we need to bring in the mother lode.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, as always. Sean, a pleasure.
Congratulations.
I'm going to think up all kinds of things to put in that machine.
Returning to the island later that afternoon, Marty Lagina calls a meeting in the war room. He is eager to share the exciting news with his brother Rick and members of their team.
Guys, I am freshly back from St. Mary's University. Craig and Alex and I went up there, and I shouldn't be excited about this, really, in a sense, but I am, because, David, this little gem has gold on it. We have found our first gold on Oak Island.
I want more gold than that.
Well, come on, man. Small victories, right?
For Rick, Marty, and their team, the discovery of an actual piece of golden treasure is a momentous development in the 223-year history of the Oak Island treasure hunt. It is also a major step forward in their quest to prove that something of even greater value may have been buried here centuries ago.
So we have this brooch, which could be a lot older than we ever thought. We have the lead cross, not mined in North America. So these artifacts are pushing us back farther in time than I ever thought we would see here. We're finding answers
Way back.
way back.
As far as Rick, Marty, and their partners are concerned, as close as they are to getting answers, the 223-year-old Oak Island treasure hunt has only just begun.
So guys, you're up to speed. You all have all the data. We've discussed where this might lead. I think we should get back to actual work. Let's go.
Hey, Brandon.
Morning, Alex, Rick. How you
How's it
doing?
going?
Perfect timing. We're just getting started with the probe drill.
Okie doke.
Cool.
Every new day on Oak Island begins with hope and excitement for brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, their partner Craig Tester, and the rest of their team.
Going down slow.
Whoa. Right there.
However, today has been especially anticipated as it marks the beginning of a new probe drilling operation that will be conducted from within the garden shaft by representatives from Dumas Contracting Limited in order to look for valuables just outside the structure. This dilapidated 80-foot deep shaft, which is currently being refurbished by Dumas, has not only yielded high trace evidence of gold through water testing, but may also set within mere feet of a possible treasure chamber connected to the original money pit.
It's exciting. I'm hoping for something very substantial in the garden shaft. This is where the treasure hunt actually begins.
So Brandon, this is 55 feet, right?
Yes, sir.
So close to that depth, when we were drilling, we hit a void in this area. So just a heads up.
Wow, heads up. Surprise, surprise, man.
Surprise, surprise.
How much do you think we're missing out of that last 30 feet?
I'd say approximately 10 feet.
Earlier this summer, the team drilled into a 10-foot high void located several feet southwest of the garden shaft.
This could be the indication of an offset chamber.
A void that Marty Lagina speculated may hold the fabled Money Pit treasure vault.
All good. Let's try her out. Okay. They're just lining up, getting it squared away.
Okay.
Now, since Dumas has reached a depth of 55 feet in the reconstruction of the garden shaft, they are about to manually probe drill a number of boreholes that will reach several feet outside of the structure in the hopes of reaching the void and determining just what it might contain.
If there is some sort of connection here, they need to know it and we need to know it.
If we get lucky, this will tell us.
Drill's going in now.
All right, but we're in business.
Yep.
In order to probe drill from within the garden shaft, the team from Dumas is using a powerful hydraulic earth drill equipped to penetrate hard clay, sediment, and rock. Although they are focused on finding the nearby void, they will drill a total of 3 holes in each of the shaft's 4 walls for a total of 12 at different angles in order to look for further evidence of man-made workings and potential valuables.
You're grabbing soil samples,
Yes, sir.
but the other thing is when you cut through this tight lining, the old tight lining,
I would?
yes, I would like that small piece on every hole.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it in our XRF because we have detected high gold values in the area.
High gold values.
My thought was wood would act like a sponge. If we test the outside of the shaft, we know the water samples are indicating presence of gold. Well, certainly the wood should as well. We need to get busy.
Hi, guys.
Charles?
Hey, Charles.
Big bar man right here might know.
Yeah.
See, they're drilling right now.
Yeah. Drilling from here. That's where we started here. Going clockwise.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm very interested in these wood samples and soil samples. So I'm gonna head down to the lab, bring them to Emma.
There you are, buddy.
Yep,
It's all you.
big girl.
Okay. You.
You guys are in
Yep.
charge. Anything comes up, give me a call.
Keep you posted.
Will do.
Thank you.
Hang on, Rick. See you
All
later.
right, see ya.
Yep.
The following morning,
Hello.
Oh my God, it's a crowd.
Hello, how you doing? Please. Emma's got some news.
So you guys gave me these.
Right.
This piece right here, because it's small, I could do a map scan of it in the shortest.
What is that?
That's the garden shaft inner lining,
Okay.
the wood pieces.
Yeah.
The original shaft.
Yeah. And from this one, I detected gold
Wow.
to confirm your theories.
Gold?
Gold, yeah.
Gold in the wood? Yeah.
Gold.
Wow, that's wild. Wow.
Yeah.
in the Money Pit area, archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan has just shared some astonishing news.
Yeah, I confirmed it. I had to make sure, but there's definite gold, yeah.
The wood samples extracted from a depth of 55 feet inside the garden shaft contain high trace evidence of gold.
What degree of accuracy do you believe that to be?
This one's accurate.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys.
And it's adhered to the organic material, the wood.
Yeah, 0.11%, so it's 0.1,
Well, yeah.
but still, that is enough.
This is huge.
Isn't that like a big number?
That's a big number in my books, that's a big number.
It is, because it's A lot of parts per billion.
So, I mean, all we can do is continue, like, with the water to cross-check, like, check other samples, see if we can duplicate.
Girl can find gold. That's a superpower around here.
The results are incredible, fantastic, gobsmacking, to use one of Gary's terms.
That's huge, isn't it? Like, that's a
pretty
lot.
big- That's like significant.
Yeah.
We could be close to the actual treasure. We've got a little bit of time to pull it all together, and we're going to work together to do that. That's where we are right now. I'm hopeful.
We've always said that, you know, science had to be a real component of the search, and now this analysis is incredibly invigorating. Look at the smiles around the table. I mean, everybody's smiling, so it's a great component. And we always said that this shaft would provide a unique opportunity if we were humble enough and smart enough to learn from lost opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we all owe Emma a round of applause.
Oh, God.
Find gold around here, you get applause.
Well, thank you for bringing the news. We appreciate it.
It's all good news, and search for the truth.
Absolutely. Find us some more.
Yeah, more gold. Okay, DN 11.5.
Back in the Money Pit area,
Thank you, Colton. No problem. Top of 88, so we got 78 to 88. Let's see what it's giving us. Let's slice and dice.
Charles Barkhouse and geologist Terry Matheson are closely monitoring the drilling of borehole DN 11.5 now that it has reached the possible treasure zone between 80 and 120 feet deep.
Hey, Charles. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Ian, how you doing?
How you doing, Terry?
Not too bad. Good to see you. We're down DN 11.5. We're down 78 to 88 feet. We're getting
Really
close.
yeah.
Oh, man. Whoa. I think I'm gonna pull this up. Just broke through something. Let's take a measurement on the pipe.
Ready?
What's going on over there?
Saying we're open 1.5 feet.
How we doing?
Hey, guys. So,
What's going on over there?
I was doing my run to 100,
Right.
right at about 90 feet. Broke through something.
Wow. You got an open space 90 feet below grade?
Right. There's a void down there.
Wow. So we're just going to talk this over and think
Yeah.
how we're going to proceed. We're definitely going to want you to pause.
All right.
I think we better get Rick and Marty up here.
Sure.
And give them a call.
Absolutely.
We on pause, brah.
Hold on.
Hey, Rick.
Whenever you get a call from the Money Pit drill program, you're excited. DN 11.5 is actually within the so-called treasure zone. The treasure zone we know has high gold values. We know the introduction of trapped air. We know voids in the area. It's exciting.
Rick's here now.
So you found it and I can go home.
Well, we got something interesting going on here. Mike?
Colton?
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Loading the
gentlemen.
table.
Judging by the people gathered here, something happened.
When I walked up, everybody was smiling.
What's going on?
Come on down.
What do we got?
Mike, why don't you tell us what you saw or hit?
Right about 90 feet, I could feel the rods break through something, and it was open about 1.5 feet past my rods. So whatever I cored through probably fell out into this void.
So what is this?
This DN 11.5, it really seems to line up. DN 12.5 and DN 13.5, all in that east-west alignment, all have hit a structure at 94 feet below grade. Mike hitting this right now at about 90, that says perhaps we're at the top of the tunnel.
Because the team has recently encountered a believed tunnel at this same depth in 2 other nearby boreholes, which all line up with the garden shaft, could Terry Matheson be correct that they have intercepted another section of the structure? If so, could it be related to the large amount of gold that has been detected within the baby blob?
You've got to affirm whether or not it is a tunnel. And the only way to learn that is to pull the core.
Exactly.
Time matter.
Get us some core.
Time to find some treasure. Go get it, guys. Thanks.
Every time a bit goes down, every time we encounter a void, your first thought is this might lead us somewhere. To the long sought after answers, the long sought after treasure.
Judy.
Every single time. If we were to encounter a tunnel in close proximity to this shaft, or even at the base of this shaft, that's a real aha moment.
Got
Oh, he's got a big one.
Thank you.
All right, where'd you set down?
The end is 98.5.
Where did your void end?
The void ended at 97.
You had that much?
There's some wood, Terry.
Whoa,
We got wood at
lots
the
of wood.
bottom here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're into something.
It's all through there.
There's a pretty solid chunk in the middle of it.
There's wood all through this core.
I'm just gonna squeeze in there and get a wood sample. This sample right here, we don't need much. That sample should be fine. We're just gonna send it in the lab really quickly, just to see if there's metals in that wood.
Later that afternoon,
Laird.
So we have something to see.
Yes.
Rick Lagina and Craig Tester join Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan in the Oak Island Interpretive Center for a highly anticipated scientific report.
We've got the XRF results from DN 11.5.
Oh, good. This definitely appears to be a tunnel, and it sure points towards the garden shaft. And then this specific area is where, you know, we've got a number of the most likely treasure area.
So-called treasure location.
Yeah,
Really?
this will be interesting to see what we see on this.
Over the past 24 hours, the wood sample recovered one day ago from borehole DN 11.5, which came from a believed tunnel some 90 feet deep that may be connected to the garden shaft, was dried out and then scanned by Emma using the X-ray fluorescence spectrometer, or XRF, a device that bombards objects with gamma rays, which can detect additional elements or metals that may be found on or within them.
Emma, so what are we seeing?
So we are seeing some very small quantities, so I had to do a lot of double checking. So all those are expected materials from our Oak Island. We have a lot of iron, manganese, titanium, calcium, potassium, aluminum. So these are all common things. Those are all what I would expect.
Naturally occurring.
Yeah, very natural.
Yeah.
But we are seeing some quantities of gold.
It shows gold.
Yeah, it's there.
Gold is the outlier.
Gold is yes, it's a very big outlier.
That's remarkable. Now we have singularly unique results from the application of that concept in two different modems, if you will, in the wood and in the water. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this might connect you to where the treasure may be. This might connect you to a direction that you need to go. This is becoming very impactful.
The narrative's still going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The gold sampling of the water and now the wood is probably the thing that might carry the day this year. I mean, that was the hope. It was always the hope that it would lead to a location where we could do some exploratory drilling or digging and hopefully find the one thing. Will we find the treasure at the bottom of the garden shaft? I'm very hopeful. This might be the start of evidence, an evidence trail that's every bit as important as the water sampling has been to date.
Sure.
So we mustn't falter. What we always say is you won't find samples hidden here in the lab. Here's where you come up with the answers.
Yep.
So we'll get you more samples.
All right.
All righty?
Sounds good.
Okay.